Season 3.5 of Marvel Rivals is almost upon us. According to this roadmap here, it is coming on August 8th, and with that, we will be getting Blade, a new duelist, added to the game. So he is pretty insane. He has anti-heal, and he has lifesteal abilities according to these leaks, which I'm 99% sure are accurate. And to be honest, at this point, it really feels like they just kind of hate the few tank players that are left in the game. Imagine getting hit with an anti-healing ability and then getting jumped by Wolverine. What are you gonna do? Anyways, we have footage here of every ability except for one, which I do have an image for and a description, so we still know what it does. We also have footage of his team up, which is with Cloak and Dagger. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Right here, what we have is his hero select screen on the main menu and his selection animation. And here it's gonna show that he's a 2-star, but from San Diego Comic-Con, which was literally the past couple days, there's an image that shows him as a 3-star. So he's probably gonna be 3-star since that's more recent than what this leak probably is. Either way, 2 or 3-star. Next up, I'm gonna go with the worst quality footage first, just to get that out of the way. This is gonna be his primary attack with his sword, and this is one of his 2 weapons. His other weapon is his hunting shotgun. So he has like a 5-hit combo here, and you can see at the bottom that Blade has 300 HP. He's attacking another Blade, so it's safe to assume the 5-hit combo does like 290-ish damage. And the description for that is use Dracula's sword to slash in front of you, inflicting damage to the enemy you hit. Pretty simple, straightforward. Immediately after that, you're gonna see him activate his E ability, which is Bloodline Liberation. So all blood becomes Dracula's blood, gains stronger senses. You cannot be healed during this time, but you can restore Dracula's blood by inflicting damage. So this is likely like a placeholder description, but basically what it's saying is you can't be healed, but your attacks are lifesteal. And the stronger senses is rumored to be seeing enemies through walls. There's also an image from San Diego Comic-Con, which I'll show you in a second, which shows him outlining an enemy through smoke like Punisher does. So that's pretty safe to assume that's what it is. And then finally, he pulls out a secondary weapon, the hunting shotgun. So the description for that is use a hunting shotgun to fire a long-range explosive fragmentation round that delivers a large amount of shrapnel at the point of detonation. So it kind of looks like it shoots out long range, and once it hits the target, it expands in like a cone shape, so it can deal damage to surrounding enemies. Okay, now I have a little bit better quality footage for you. So first, it's going to show his right-click damage blocking ability. Suppose it's called Damage Blockade. Use Dracula's sword to set up a sword stance that reduces damage from in front of you. So based off that description, it doesn't reduce or it doesn't completely eliminate all damage like Iron Fist does, but it looks like it just blocks up to a certain percentage of damage maybe. After that, he activates his Bloodline Liberation again. You can see like a silhouette around him when he's walking around, and we can see here that it lasts about 8 seconds. So that is when you'll have the lifesteal and you can't be healed. Okay, and then immediately after that, we're going to see him charge up his ult and activate it. And the description for this, after building up your strength for a short period of time, you quickly unsheath your sword and charge forward while releasing a powerful chop and leaving Dracula's sword frantically chopping the area behind you. This description is very likely placeholder because I doubt they'd use that verbiage, but kind of gives you a general idea what it does. So it's a very narrow area of effect, but it looks like it does an insane amount of damage considering it takes out 3/4 of the thing's health and kills Punisher and Luna. So it looks like a really strong ability. And you can see him using the hunter shotgun again immediately after on the thing's thing. Okay, now I've got the team up footage for you. This one I think does have audio. So it's literally the exact same as Moon Knight's team up with them, where you get that big bubble where you heal and you're invisible. So it's pretty straightforward, but there is also more hunting shotgun footage there. You can see the pellets actually hitting behind Venom. So as it hits Venom, it spreads out behind him. So it'll probably do a decent amount of damage if you hit the tanks in the front and you can hit everybody behind him. Kind of similar to like Bucky's weapon. And then here's the last piece of footage. It's his MVP screen. It's a pretty simple one, actually, but that is it right there. And then finally, I'll go over those images from San Diego Comic-Con so you guys can kind of see. So here's like the concept art for his weapon, both of his weapons. You got Dracula's sword and then his other sword. And then you have his hunting shotgun there. After that, this one actually shows all of his abilities. And you can kind of make out some of the text. So here's Bloodline Liberation. You can see everything's glowing red. And here's the smoke I talked about earlier where the enemy's outlined in red. So you should be able to see them through walls or smoke or whatever. Here's a kind of a visual of his ultimate again, with all the swords dashing through the air. Here's his ultimate again, showing him dash forward. You can see here is his ultimate ability, something Q key. Here's his hunter shotgun, human blood state, hunter shot. So it might be called hunter shot. And I'm assuming human blood state means when you're not in hunter's liberation, unless it's a passive that we haven't heard about yet. That's what I'm assuming it is. And you can actually read this text here if you want to pause it and try to read it. It's legible, sort of, but it basically says the same thing as what I said. And then human blood state, heavy heavy, stomp, slash. So this is the ability we didn't have gameplay footage of. I'm going to read the description that the leaks provided. You can also read this here. It basically says the same thing. So the leaked name was Step and Chop, which we know is probably not the name. Sprint forward. If wielding a gun, shoot an enemy and apply reduced healing. If wielding a sword, slash an enemy and apply reduced movement speed. So we know we can switch between the sword and the shotgun. Looks like if you have the sword out, you apply reduced movement. If you have the gun out, you do reduced healing. Due to him using like silver bullets, according to this right here, it says he shoots a silver bullet, dealing damage and reducing healing effects. You got his melee attack. Doesn't really have anything special about it, apparently. You got his damage blockade right here. So you can see he getting shot. You can see him spinning the blade around, blocking bullets. And then this is impossible to read right here, but this looks like it's kind of his melee combo, his 5-hit combo right there. And then finally, there's more artwork here of Blade. It looks like maybe potential skins coming up, or maybe there were some of the looks that they were deciding to go with, but ultimately decided on the one that was in the trailer. Either way, still pretty cool. Probably will be skins later on. Anyways, that is all the leaked footage I was able to find for Blade. Supposedly we're getting official footage on Wednesday, the 30th of July. So look out for that. That's probably going to be 3 days from when I'm recording this video. Thanks guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.